What's up, motherfoxers? From inside a whore. Alright, so the not so fun stuff begins. No more building engines. Doing a little bit of wiring today, and I'm going to show you what the hell I got going on. I've been avoiding it for months, man, and you'll see why. Not that I'm afraid of wiring, but running it where it's supposed to go, where it was, is kind of hard, and I'll show you. Okay, so the problem I got here is this whole harness needs to go this way because of some plugs that don't quite go as far as they're supposed to. And if you can see, right in there is my left cluster plug, which is supposed to be up here. And then this stuff is right where it's supposed to be. And this stuff too. But somehow that got twisted around in there, and I got the main harness tied right here. So I'm gonna unhook it and try to get that. You can't get this up through here because there's a metal bracket right there, and then the duct for the heater is right here. It needs to go around and back through. So yeah, this is why I avoided this for so long, man. It's kind of just a pain. So everything is where it's supposed to be, but it needs to go that way a little bit because some of the, like I said, some of the plugs aren't matching up over there. But everything's long enough to get into the heater and whatnot. This will be a double din, and I will do the swap on this one too. I don't know what I did wrong when I wrapped all that. See, I wrap all this wiring up in these dashes, guys. When I take them apart, it's a good idea because 30-year-old, wrap on those things is just really, this stuff was actually just crumbling off, literally. So I taped all the wires up. I mean, that's a good idea to do that, man. Else something could arc and your car could burn to the ground, man. So it's not anything to mess with when you got, 30-year-old crusty tape covering in there. It's just go get some Tessa tape. That's what I use. And wrap it up. It's very cut resistant, and you'll see why, man. If you use that stuff, if you use like a Stanley knife to try to cut it, if you don't get a good swipe on it, it doesn't like to cut very well. And I learned that. So you got to use scissors. You got to cut it with scissors across it instead of trying to run a blade across it. But yeah, that it's cut resistant. That's the whole point of that stuff. But yeah, it's pretty good stuff. But yeah, so let me try to get through this. I'll set a time lapse so you guys watch my pain. So yeah, the not so fun stuff. Yeah, I get this in there, man. Then I don't know what else I'm gonna do. There's a lot of other things to do. I just don't know what to do. All right, success. Not much success, but pretty damn good. There's not much room here. I mean, this thing's I don't want it pulling on there, so I don't know what I'm gonna do about that, guys. But I did get it through that hole, which, was not fun. I even took out the screws on this thing so I could pull this thing out a little bit to get room between this duct and this frame, and there's a metal frame below it. And I think I'm off all the I think anything rubbing on these things. Yeah, there's a little bit of something. I guess I should have ran the tape longer. Oops. Maybe putting the main harness in. Now here's something you guys got to think about when you're doing this car. You're gonna have a radio in here? I am. So I got to think about this before I cover everything up here. Am I gonna have an amp and a sub? Absolutely, I have to. I love my music. People are like, I want to hear my car. Well, you know what? Guess what? The radio has a off and on button. There you go. Yeah. So before I put the new, pristine, porno red manual door panels on, when I take those off, I need to put speakers in there so I don't have to worry about it. I bought some speakers. I got some kickers for this and that, for the dash up there. So those are going to get installed. I don't know when I don't know. I didn't get any for the back yet because I didn't quite know what I had to do. I've never had a coupe, so I just got to see if there's like holes back there. I think there's speakers up there in that deck. I don't know, but that deck's got to be redone. Kind of forgot about that. But since I'm doing these and I'm going to put an amp in here, I got to run wires. I even gave that a thought. It's like, shoot, I need, before I put carpeting down, I wanted to run the wires. So I got some stuff on the way to do that, because yeah, I want to do this once. We're gonna be revisiting Black Sunshine's radio. We got issues, so yeah. All right, everybody, here we go. All this has to go through that hole. I mean, I got it out of there, and it will go in. The other part that sucks is it goes in and down and in again. So, yeah. And then we're doing all this just to fish it back out again. For all my Canadian friends, out. Because I've made a decision on what I'm going to do with the 351. It doesn't involve this. It doesn't involve a Terminator X. So, yeah. So let's get this in there, and hopefully we won't have any problems. I guess I should cover up this part of my paint. Yeah, give me a second. All this stuff in there. Alright, this stuff here. I think this is all the emission stuff. We'll make sure we get that hooked up. But, alright. Alright, so Mr. Rooster, I forgot all about the fuel injector harness when I freaking went through the other harnesses. I put that up there and went, oh yeah. So this has got to be gone through. I don't have any tape left, so I have to order some tape. So I'm gonna have to go through this later. By no means is any of this permanent, guys. I can't get that underneath the lip there because of the AC and heater lines there. So this isn't going to stay in here permanently at all, because the plans I got with the 351 don't involve that. So, or this. All right. So there is the injector harness. I forgot all about this, guys. It was in the back of the car. Yeah, this convoluted tubing, it's just broken in so many places. And of course, some of these injector plugs are broken too. So this is all fun. Yeah. So all I'm going to do, I'm not even going to put any of that braided loom on there. It's bigger than the stuff that's on there. So what I decided I'm going to do is I did get some new Tessa tape. I got a whole bunch of it. That stuff is good stuff, guys. If you've ever messed with this Tessa tape, let me show you what I'm talking about. It's this fuzzy, well, there you go. It's this fuzzy type tape. It sticks to itself. This stuff is pretty good, but when you wrap it up around this stuff, it does wonders for protecting wire. So, like I said, I got a whole bunch of it.
here to wrap this up now. There's actually a friend of mine actually works over at Tessa here in town in Grand Rapids. I don't know if they make this stuff there, but yeah. Up there's the before, and I'll show you the after. And there is the after, guys. All nice and taped up with the Tessa tape. A lot better than it was, with a lot of exposed wires and all of this garbage here. I'm gonna throw this away and vacuum. So there we go. It's all taken care of. There's only one wire that's confusing me, and it's this one. Not sure what that's for. I know this is like the oil and the temp right here, but yeah, not sure what that is. I'll figure it out. So we did it, and there is the injector harness, guys. But I got a big problem. I want to get these all ran into the fender right down here, and this I got to get up to the wall. But the problem is the brake lines. I forgot to put them behind the brake booster, and I'm gonna have to loosen that, maybe even detach it from the brake pedal. And we all know how fun that is when the dash is in, because, you know, yeah, I taped it all up so I don't scratch anything. You know, did you ever see Something About Mary? I'd get the beans on the brake.
What's that bubble there?
What do you think? It's a...
Well, how the hell did you get the beans above the Frank? I mean,
I don't know. It wasn't like it was a well-thought-out plan.
Anyway, yeah, I'm not going to record me doing this because there's going to be swear words. I most definitely believe there's going to be swear words. So I'll get back to you. So we got that all taken care of. I mean, we're going to have to tape up some of these injector plugs and those because they're just broken. It's just temporary, guys, so let me get onto this. We'll see in a bit. Probably coming down from anger. So guys, in the past I spent, I don't know, the first time I did this, a good hour and a half trying to get the bolts off that with the dash in. With some long extensions, it's possible. There's that one, the upper left, that is the biggest pain in the butt. And I think I just may have found a hack. I want to share it with you right now. Can't have the cluster in, gotta have the steering wheel down. But check this out. Look at that. See that little circle hole there? That's right on the bolt. Got a long extension. Of course, you got to use a deep well. And the extension I got on this extension is a wobbler. So I just had to stick my hand up under the dash to just put it on the bolt and slide it on the nut. That sounds sexy, didn't it? Anyway. And I'm about to see what happens. From my bonehead mistake here of not putting the brake lines to the damn firewall before I put the brake booster on. So let's see what happens here. Look at this. I love this thing. My dad got this for me for Christmas since I got all the Fuel 12 volt stuff. I wanted the compact stuff, guys. That's why I got the 12 volt. Everybody's like, yeah, you need 18 volt and all that. But I wanted all the compact stuff. This was the missing link to the puzzle here, but that was just one of the nuts coming off. But look at that little hack. You're welcome, the internet. I'm probably not the first one to discover this, but I got them backed off. Let's see if I can pull the booster out and slip those behind there without causing too much paint damage. Yeah. And looky there, guys. We got the brake. No swearing. No swearing happened when I was trying to take that booster out. How about that, huh? So yeah, got this. Got the brake lines all set in there. The hole is gonna be where all these wires go. I don't know about these because this right here, guys, is all temporary. Because what I got in mind for this, when I get the 351 in here, doesn't involve any of that. So, but this is gonna have to go through that hole. And as you can see, the brake lines are there. Well, that's because this thing isn't back there, and we got to change the master cylinder. So this isn't going to be here. We're we're not going to get to that yet, so I'm not too worried about it. But I'm going to get the fuel rail from Justin. He just said he had one. There's nothing wrong with this thing. This one's all good. And they actually got a newer pressure, fuel pressure regulator on here. It looks kind of new, but like I said, he's got a good aftermarket one that's already on a fuel rail, and he just says, that's yours. So I just got to get that from him. And we can put those on and get these on. Hook the salt and pepper shakers up. There are no clips left whatsoever on those. So we're gonna go ahead and tape those up with some Super 33. There's the harness in the car. So there you go. If anything, I gave you a little hack on the brake booster. Gotta have the cluster out. So of course somebody probably already knows this and did that. But if not, there you go. Up next, guys, I'm gonna take care of the upper intake. We're gonna paint this. I'll give you a little sneak peek. What I plan on doing, I think this is going to turn out cool. Even though it's just temporary, I think it's going to turn out pretty sweet. And if it turns out as sweet as I think it is, the valve covers are going to be the same thing. So I wanted to do something cheap. I don't want to spend a lot of money. There you go. That's not all I'm going to do to it. That is not all I'm going to do to it. That is basically just a base. So tune in next time to see what the old funkster has up his sleeve on this one. Either it's going to be fantastic or it's going to be a catastrophe. Either way, it's going on the car. But yeah, should be pretty cool. I hope it is. Plan changed a little bit on it because I couldn't find something, and which I think it was meant to be, because I found something else that's probably cooler. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you watching. We'll see you later.